Hello, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Gon Bops Live. So glad you could join us today. Today's show, we're very fortunate to have these three gentlemen join us from all over the globe. I've kind of coined this show called our Expats show because these three guys are now living in countries that they were not originally from. And so we're going to have some fun discussing what their lives are like in these countries that they've been living in for so long. And all three of these guys I greatly admire, all inspirations to all of us at Gon Bops, and just amazing talents and great guys and huge supporters of Gon Bops. And we're just so happy to have all of them here with us today. And like other previous shows that we have, feel free to ask questions of the group or individually if you'd like. You can post your questions where you're watching, whether it's on Facebook or on YouTube. And if we have a question from you that you'd like to pose for these guys, I can post it on screen and we can address it as a group. So join in. It's a group effort. It takes a village for these things. So thank you so much, everybody. And always thank you for all your support of Gon Bops. Yeah, we can't do this without you all out there. So thank you so much. Okay, so without further ado, my first guest, I was initially introduced to Eliel Lazo by another great drummer here in Los Angeles named Raul Pineda. And right away, I just was I easily knew that I was seeing one of the great congueros in the world. And he's also definitely one of my biggest inspirations. Eliel Lazo has played with a host of greats, including Michel Camilo, Chucho Valdez, Diane Reeves, Herbie Hancock, Wayne Shorter, the list goes on. Eliel's most recent solo release is called Dance or Die, pays tribute to his influence from early funk, mixing in Latin percussive grooves. And he has got a few other solo releases that you definitely should check out. Today, Eliel, he's originally from Cuba, and he is now residing in Copenhagen, Denmark, and he's joining us today from Copenhagen. Everybody say hi to Eliel Lazo. Hey.
Hello.
Welcome, brother. Welcome.
Thank you. Great to be here.
Great to see you. Yeah, man. It's great to see you.
Great to see you too. Yes.
So, my next guest is his name is Yasmane Santos. Yasmane initially graduated from the National School of Arts in Cuba and made his mark early on, winning accolades and gaining more and more recognition. Santos has performed with many artists, including one of the greats of Cuban song, Halia Maria Mompai, and is also a member of the band with Joaquim Betancourt in Angola, Africa, where he currently resides. Yasmane is originally from Cuba, residing now in Angola, and he also is a professor of percussion in School of Music Training in Luanda, and also performs workshops and concerts around the world. And I get to see Yasmane, at least we did before the pandemic, every year at NAMM, and it was always just so much fun for all of us to have our reunion. So I'm so glad he could join us today, all the way from Africa. Everybody say hi to Yasmane. Hey, brother.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
So good to have you here.
Nice to see you. Nice to see you. My English is so good.
And everybody also say hello to Vanessa. Vanessa is joining us, Yasmane's wife, who's helping us with translation. So thank you, Vanessa.
La traductora.
All right.
Seguro, no, si no estoy perdido.
Our last guest, Edwin Sanz, he originally hails from Caracas, Venezuela. His passion for music began very early on with his family influence, where Afro-Venezuelan culture was very, very strong. From a young age, he was a dancer in the group Grupo Madera, where he also developed his percussion chops. Traveling all around South America, Edwin gained recognition, eventually moving to Paris. Edwin's performed with many international artists, also teaches at the Conservatoire of Music in Geneva, Switzerland, where he is currently residing. Edwin's also the percussionist for the rock legend Steve Winwood. And he's joining us today from Switzerland in his studio in Geneva. Say hi to Edwin, everybody.
Hi,
Hey.
pollo, mi gente.
Hello.
Ahí nada más.
Hi, Wish. Yasmane, Eliel.
Ahí
Saludos,
nada más,
papá.
hermano.
Saludos, Ashe. Sí, señor.
So, thank you guys, everybody, for joining us. And we did this, which is a pretty interesting feat considering 4 time zones, and you guys being gracious with your evenings, as we get our day going here in LA. And then, of course, our factory is in Canada, which is 4 hours ahead of Los Angeles. So they're watching from New Brunswick, Canada. So we're definitely spanning the globe. And then, of course, your friends and family in both Cuba and Venezuela, too. So hello to everybody out there. So how is everybody?
Edwin, you start.
Ok.
Estamos en talla.
¿Cómo?
Let's
Estamos en
start
talla.
with Yasmane, tell us how it is in Africa these days. I mean, obviously each country is different there, I'm sure. How is it in Angola?
¿Cómo está la pandemia en Angola?
Está difícil, está un poco difícil.
It's a little bit difficult.
Porque, ¿qué pasa? Abrieron para algunas personas, pero para los artistas está un poco más bloqueado porque todo está trabajando hasta las 6 de la tarde.
So they recently opened for.
Okay, we have a
close again. So most of the shows are until 6 o'clock. It's difficult for musicians.
De lunes a viernes solamente.
That hour.
Oh, so I think your camera cut out a little bit, Vanessa, but I think what you said was it was open, but now it's closed down more, where the shows have to end by 6 o'clock.
Exactly.
That's very difficult for musicians, because I know I've been following you, Yasmane, all these last year and a half, and I know you've been doing quite a few live gigs this past year.
Sí, el problema es que con esta pandemia fui buscando, y bueno, gracias a Dios, algunos contratos en la televisión.
With the pandemic, some contracts arrived to me at the TV, but the live gigs are no longer, for now, they're not existing, so just on the TV.
I see.
Sí, cuando abrieron, pudimos hacer algunos conciertos en vivo, pero después volvieron a cerrar.
They opened for a few months. We could play a little bit, but they closed again. So he's just playing on the TV right now.
I got you. I understand. How about in Copenhagen, Eliel?
Well, right now everything here is open, completely open, basically.
Right.
But most of the big festivals, they were canceled.
Yeah.
Because at the time, they had to take the decision. They say, okay, well, we decide to cancel. But it's kind of funny because, not right now, that is the European Championship in football. And we have like 20,000 plus people screaming and singing in the stadiums, but then the festivals are canceled. It's kind of a little bit strange. I think they took the decision because it's kind of like supposed to be like football. You could sit. You were supposed to be sitting, but no one is sitting. And every time that is the team is close to a goal or something, everybody's standing up and shouting and singing. But anyways, here in Denmark, I might say is I think most of people. I think I don't know. I don't follow anymore so much the news, but I think there is a big percentage of people here that have been vaccinated, and I think right now it's almost like it used to be. I think you only need to use the face mask if you are in a public transportation. And but only if you are standing up. If you are sitting, you can take it off.
Interesting.
But in the street they never put it for people to have it in the street.
Okay.
But in the shops it was required in the shops and stuff like that. But right now it's kind of like, no, you don't need to use basically the mask anymore. You know,
It seems like it's been like that for a while in Copenhagen too, because I remember speaking to you recently when you were on our podcast, and you were saying it's pretty much everything's open. So it seems like Denmark did pretty well.
Yeah, I think so. I think everything was quite. It's been quite organized, you know.
Okay.
Of course, sometimes it's kind of like I have wondered sometimes about a few things, but well, you know, I have decided to, you know, just let. I am not into getting into any type of fight, you know.
Oh yeah.
You know, so I mean, well, I think most of the people is going one direction, and you know, somehow you know, sometimes it's easier to just follow somehow.
Yeah, sure. How about in Switzerland, Edwin?
In Switzerland is a little bit similar in Denmark. The situation is quiet. We don't have a lot of concerts, no?
Yeah.
But it has started to change.
Okay.
And I think we had concert this summer, but not big festival.
Right.
And this is the same Denmark, you know. For the musician, it's very complicated, the situation.
You know, it's interesting what you said about football, because it seems like the same here in the United States, where there are games happening. There's baseball games, and the stadium is almost full, or somewhat limited, but almost full. But then there's not a lot of big concerts yet. But I am hearing that there's tours being booked, and I've spoken to a couple of my friends here. One of my friends, who's my studio partner near me, is the drummer for the Black Crowes, and they just got booked for a tour throughout July through September. So there are big rock shows that are starting to get booked. So I think we're going to see most of that happen more in 2022. But
yeah, I guess we just need to be patient somehow. Just a little bit more patient.
Yeah.
We're being very patient, but we got to be a little bit more patient.
Yeah.
There's nothing to do, you know. It's kind of like,
yeah. So, Yasmane, the TV stuff that you're doing, tell us a little bit about some of the stuff that you're doing. Is it from your studio where they're sending a feed and you're recording there, or how's that working for you?
¿Cómo estás haciendo las grabaciones de la televisión? ¿Te las mandan? ¿Las haces en tu estudio?
No. Lo que hago es, vamos a ensayar. Ensayamos primero en un estudio y después... ¿Estás haciendo grabación en la televisión? ¿O?
Sí, los programas.
No, vamos a los programas. Hay un día de grabación en el programa directo y el resto lo hacemos en los ensayos.
They rehearsal all over the week, and then they go to the TV, to the studio, to record the program. So when they are together, they mostly use the mask and have all of that politics, but at the studio they cannot use the mask. You know how is it? Here in Africa is a little bit different than in Europe. For example, Eliel was talking about the football and all of that. Here they don't do that with the football, but they are right now in Angola. We have the elections, electoral campaigns. So they have a lot of political things going on, thousands and thousands of people marching on the streets, but they cannot be in a place like a restaurant for hear music, or even if we are on the street walking, we have to be with the mask.
On the street?
In our cars driving, we have to be with the mask. Yeah, here is different.
Well, you know, I think it's interesting you say that too, because I think there's, in general, all around the planet, and this is maybe one of the things that we all are sharing as a human experience, right, is the confusion of this. It is confusing. The science is helping understand, but there is still confusion with the political side of it, and what to do, what not to do, and it's not just in one country, but it's everywhere, and it's every place. Because here,
I think they should. Well,
Yeah.
My experience over here is that somehow governments are listening a little bit to science, but not really that much. There is not there is a lot of people that is not really paying attention to statistics.
Right.
But anyways, again, it's kind of like as we are opening now, it's kind of like, well, I think it's time to kind of move on and let that say, well, maybe not let the topic go, but I mean, it's kind of like I'm so tired of it, It's like, so tired. And it's insane that of course in some of the, here is kind of very open, but I hear that in Angola it's still very close, kind of like in Cuba.
Right.
And it's
mostly
painful.
the same.
No, es ridículo. Es ridículo. Aquí es ridículo porque aquí lo que pasa es que los políticos hacen marcha de cientos de personas y los restaurantes, teatros, cafeterías, lugares para hacer arte están cerrados. Es una locura.
Yeah, he's telling that the politicians do all of the electoral campaigns and with thousands and thousands of people without the mask, and all of the restaurants, bars, theaters are closed. So it's ridiculous.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean about the confusion between science and politics. It seems like that's everywhere. It's crazy. I just want to go back to you, Yasmane, for a second on the TV stuff. What kind of TV stuff are you doing?
¿Qué tipo de televisión estás haciendo?
Estoy en dos programas. Una
es two programs.
Es de entretenimiento.
Entertainment.
Son programas de entretenimiento. Unos realizan entrevistas a los artistas de la vida entera, tipo, les preguntan todo lo de la vida entera.
One is mostly a talk show with all kind of artists.
Y otros son shows de como los artistas no pueden presentarse en vivo con shows, o sea, se preparan los shows en la televisión para llevárselo a la gente.
And the other one is a kind of live shows, because right now the artists cannot play in shows live shows, so they do it by on the TV.
So are you in the house? Is it the house band that he's playing in? The house band for the shows?
For the shows, yes.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Mm-hmm. So Gon Bops is on television in Angola, Africa.
Todo el tiempo en África, sí.
All the time. Well, thank you. That's great. That's great. It's great. Eliel, what's happening with you lately in your work? I'm seeing a few different things that you've been posting. I think your trio, you've been doing some things with your trio, correct?
Yeah, I have. This is my new project, Eliel Lazo Trio, and I guess we released a single like about 2-3 weeks ago, I think. And this Friday, actually, we will be releasing our new album, a full album with about 10-11 tracks. We are very excited, and I think it's something I wanted to do a long time ago, but I couldn't find the inspiration and the time to think about it. But I think we came now with something quite unique, which is like a Hammond trio using percussion and a hybrid type of drums.
It's so great.
Unique.
I shared a video that you did of that on our page, and when I saw it, I thought that is very cool. I haven't seen this yet with an organ trio, but with percussion. I just love it because I'm a big fan of organ trios. I love organ trios, And when I saw you do this, I thought, oh, this is really brilliant. This is great. So let us know when it comes out and where we can find it, because I can't wait to hear that.
Bueno, felicitaciones.
Gracias.
Espectacular.
Gracias. I was kind of like thinking, well, what can I do that is not really, the usual thing, you know. And I think, yeah, I have a feeling that that's quite unique. The Hammond trio with percussion is
Great.
quite unique.
Tell us about your setup. What are you using in that trio?
Well, I normally have 3 congas. I love the sound of the Acuna special edition congas for the setup. I have three congas. I have my bell, my foot bell,
right,
and I have a hi-hat, snare drum, and the floor tom.
Okay.
I use Yamaha. I use all Yamaha drums and hardware, and then I have the Sevian cymbals. I'm using the click hats, which have a very nice sound for the trio. Then I really like the Awesome Crash from the Dave Weckl Awesome Crash, the 18 inches. Man, I love that sound. It's kind of like a China. I think I came very close to what my dream sound when it comes to that setup.
That's great.
I'm thinking maybe in the future to add some bongos and stuff, but the thing with the percussion set, in my opinion, is that sometimes trying to play so many stuff, it limitates to the playing of one of the instruments, you know. So I was like, okay, if I could play the conga like real, if I can play it for real, and then I can just add a few elements, then I'm cool, you know, because I think for me, trying to do too much of one hand congas and the other timbales and stuff, I really love it, but I really wanted to play the congas, you know.
I understand. So, that's really cool that you just said that, though. That's really cool that you just said that, because obviously we have all seen great players that can do a lot of different things at the same time, ambidexterity and independence, and they're amazing. And I know all of you can do that too. But there's something to be said about focusing on playing the congas and accentuating with other things. And I think that's a really interesting idea for an organ trio too.
Yeah, definitely.
So, I hope we can see it live. I hope it can come to America.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Edwin, how about you? What's been happening lately with you these days?
Now I am teacher.
Yeah.
I do recordings. Unfortunately, I have my home studio, and that helped me a lot this past year. So I have not stopped working. I am lucky, no, for that. I continue to teach in the conservatory. Now I start in September with another school. The name is ATM. I teach in congas, bongo, timbales, and I continue to recordings some album with different artists. This is.
Yeah. And tell us a little bit about what's behind you.
La Robert Quintero, papá. This is I like this song. Robert Model, no?
Yeah.
And bongo also. So too. I have the Mariano Model.
Okay.
The different skin is very important.
Oh,
Agua.
this is a new skin, ¿no?
Yeah,
new skin.
Suena muy bien.
Sí.
Suena muy bien.
Interesting.
And yes, I have all here my timbales set up, and Luisito Quintero, Alex Acuña, Cajón, Alex Acuña.
Turn your computer, show everybody your cool room.
Oh,
Oh, look at that.
Bonito, está rico eso ahí.
Sí. Candela. I tried all setup here. I like, for me it's different. Eliel like play conga. Me, I like to play timbales, conga at the same time. And sometimes I put the foot cobble and I try to the setup. Here in France, it's very different. No, the people like to mix in the music.
Yeah.
And for me, it's very I like to.
Yeah.
My brain is.
Yeah.
It's other sensation. No? I don't know. Also, I have the tambor from Venezuela. This is. The name is Fulia, no?
Okay.
Fulia.
Sí.
Fulia.
La prima. The rhythm, the name is Fulia, but this is La Prima.
Oh, caramba.
Oh, that's
Normally
cool.
three tambor. This is the more small.
Yeah.
And we have three, no?
What are the heads made of?
This I think it's animal, no?
Yeah.
It's I don't know the name.
Okay.
But is the
chivo. Ese es de chivo.
Chivo.
Goat.
Oh, goat. Oh, yeah, goat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, very cool.
Sí.
Well, you have a great studio.
It's like a tambora de República Dominicana.
Miniatura.
De mini tambora. No, dice La Prima.
Te va a tocar el culo de pollo, ¿no? ¿Cómo es?
Culo de puya.
Culo de puya.
This is another tambor. It's more big. I have here also the culepuya. I have culepuya, kitipla, kumaco. Kumaco, normally we play this in the floor. You put the tambor in the floor. After you play, the rhythm is like a similar, very similar in the guamaco. It's
cool.
It's very, very. I like it.
And then blending the styles too, blending that with Afro-Cuban, and it all just works together, very nicely. Yeah.
Yes. I like it. I like to learn the all style, the music in the world. I have also the darbuka and djembe, and it's very important, no? Now for the percussionist.
I'll say a shout out to you guys. There's a few of our fellow Gon Bops artists and Dorsey family members that are watching right now. So hello from Nashville, Tennessee. Manuel Ramirez is watching. Also, Alberto Vargas from Florida is with us today. Luisito Quintero is sending a love to all of you. And also from England, Will Fry is sending his love to you guys.
Yes, he play in my band. Will Fry, he play in my band. He's the conguero player from my band in UK.
Really?
Yes. When I go to play in UK with my band, with my project, he play the congas.
Okay.
Will Fry, Luisito, bendición, saludos, Manuel, to everybody.
It's so nice. Very good.
Salud.
Salud.
So, a question for the group, you guys. I wanted to ask you, it's interesting what's happened to all of us collectively as human beings, but as musicians and as artists, I would like to ask you as a group, what do you see as advantages from what just happened to us? Do you see anything that's happened that is actually an advantage, or that you see that you're going to, maybe some changes that you made that you're going to continue to do in life now, whether it's maybe just in life or it could be artistically? Because I know, speaking for myself, I haven't played live in 15 months or something, but I've been working a lot more in my studio, working on engineering and writing and that kind of thing. So what advantages have you seen or changes that you've made that you feel like this is going to stay with me?
Bueno, yo puedo decir que en este tiempo yo he tenido más ventaja de estudiar, ¿no? Como estaba más tranquilo.
This time it will be was better for him because he has more time to study, a lot of time to study.
Right.
Y entonces le he dedicado más tiempo para hacer proyectos y escribir un libro, ¿no? Porque estoy haciendo un libro de ritmos africanos.
And he's trying to develop some projects that he has. For example, he's writing a book about African rhythms. So he works a lot as well in this project.
Well, that's very exciting. I can't wait to see this book.
Wow.
Aprovecho un momento. No, seguro. Vamos a ver si este año acabo. Ya estoy con 12 ritmos para batería y percusión. Y quiero cerrarlo con más o menos unos 14 ritmos. Principalmente ritmos angolanos y de Mozambique y del Congo, que es de los países que más hay influencia aquí en Angola, ¿no?
He's trying to close the book with 14 rhythms from 4 drums and percussions from Mozambique, Angola, Congo, Senegal as well.
No, estoy por más los Bantu.
He's working just the Bantu rhythms from the Congo Kingdom.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're all going to have homework. You're giving us homework.
Pero bueno, hay muchas cosas, ¿sabes? África es el centro rítmico. Infelizmente, ¿cómo se dice? Los africanos no pudieron abrir mucho su ritmo, a ver cómo puedo decir.
Okay.
Los africanos expandieron el ritmo para el mundo entero, pero ellos aquí llegó a una altura que no consiguieron exportar más nada, ¿no? Todo se quedó aquí cerrado.
So Africa, as you know, is the center of the rhythm. They could export the rhythms all over the world, but here internally they couldn't expand more because all of the war, all the problems they had internally here in Africa. Mostly of the rhythms are no longer written, so it's a little bit difficult because he has to go to the villages, speak with the elders, record it, and then start to analyze the rhythms because they don't have it pautado. How can I say it?
Written, huh? Written.
Yeah. It's interesting that you say that because, everything that we do, no matter what country we're from, as percussionists, everything that we do originated where you are right now in Africa. It all came from there, and all the all the different nuances of the countries in Africa, and the influences on percussion from the different countries is also interesting. So you're tapping into that, which is going to be great. I can't wait to see what you're doing because we have a store here in Los Angeles called Motherland Music. It's a great percussion shop that the man who owns this store has had this for a long time and imports all of his drums from Ghana. And it's the best African percussion shop in Los Angeles. And he has djembe classes there. He has a lot of experts. As a matter of fact, the next time any of you come to Los Angeles, and if you have time, I could help organize a workshop there because they host great workshops and very serious studio that they have there with beautiful drums from Africa. It's such a great place. You walk in there and you probably should not bring your wallet because you're going to spend a lot of money on all these beautiful drums that he has. It's really great. So anyway, maybe we can do that someday when you come out. We can organize a workshop there. They would love it, having you guys, By the way, a shout out, hello from Carolina Cohen, who's watching from Buenos Aires, Argentina.
Carolina.
Yeah.
I love you. I love you.
We just did a show like this a couple of weeks ago with some of our lady percussionists, and Carolina was on that show, and we had so much fun.
Very good.
And,
nice.
and Vanessa, her father helped us like you are. Her father helped us. It was great. It was so great.
Motivamos, yo cuando vi esto aquí dije, oye, esto está complicado, ven aquí a traducirme que esto está
Eliel, are you teaching? You're teaching these days too, online? Are you doing much teaching, Eliel?
A little bit. I have a few students I have a couple of students from different conservatoriums in Stockholm and also in some of the towns here in Denmark. But I've been using my time mostly like writing music and practicing, training.
Training, yes.
Yeah. So yeah, but yeah, a little bit of everything. A little bit of playing, a little bit of teaching, a little bit of
Let's talk about training a little bit, Eliel, because I think one of the things that I think is so important about what we do is we're a very physical art form that we do, and it's important in normal times to stay in shape, but in times like these, I have friends of mine. Some of my friends have gained weight during the pandemic. Some have lost weight because of stress, but I know that you've been working on that a lot, about training and staying in shape.
Definitely.
It's a balance.
For me, it was like, long before the pandemic. I think, Yasmane probably know, in Cuba, we kind of like have this sports in the school. I guess it's the same in the States and many other places too, but in Cuba it's really serious. It's like a class, and if you don't pass, I mean, if you don't have the right level for your age and for your class, you probably have to repeat the year again. If you cannot do maybe 10 push-ups, you need to do the second grade again, something like that. So it's kind of like somehow it's in the culture, no? But I also found that I have tried to dig a little bit more into let's say traditional healing and all this stuff, spirituality. And I use it also to help me as a help with my music and with my playing. I've heard many times that one art always help the other art. So I just use some of the stuff, some of the training, some of the meditation, some of the breathing to kind of combine it with what I do. Maybe I cannot tell you that right now that one thing really have helped me in the way I play, but I can see a little bit of everything is making a better version of me,
right.
In that case,
we've had conversations about this and inspiration from our dear friend Alex Acuna, who believes in this, and he's been studying martial arts for a long time, and speaks very highly about how it helps everything in his life, not just music. But I think having a balance of this helps us play more relaxed, more balanced, and concentration. It improves concentration. I know that Alex talks a lot about in his martial arts, the movements are help his concentration so much, and it's almost like a dance,
Yeah.
And I think I wanted to ask Edwin this question about that, because I know, Eliel, you and I have talked about dance and the movement of the body in relation to helping our rhythmic ability, helping us be better rhythmic players. Edwin, you did a lot of dancing when you were younger. I mean, talk a little bit about that and how it helped you as a percussionist.
Yes, I started the before with the dance. My uncle in Venezuela, the name is Reinaldo Mijares. He's a famous dancer, the dance contemporary, and him danced before with the famous group. The name is Grupo Madera, and when I see him to dancing, I say, I would like to dance como him. And after I have the audition in San Agustin, in the my neighbor, the name of my neighbor in San Agustin, and I go for the audition and try to stay in the group. After that, I start to dancing, no, and I learn how to dance in Culhuepuya, how to dance in Joropo, how you dance in Huahuancó, Cumbia.
Right.
And for me, this is very important. All the rhythm is, we have the story. I don't know, for example, rumba. When you dance the rumba, vacuna, no? Vaccination, you try to say, the woman say no, and you needed to know this for understand also how you play. Sometimes the people think you play the quinto, and no, this is, you have the story. Before you waiting the singer guy, he say ah, la 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 la. After you pra pa pi 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 ti, with the dancing, he responds. And for that, it's very important. You know the dancing, or the story. Why also? I think also the rhythm sometimes. For example, Culepuya is the ternary rhythm, no? It's the kitty pata kitty the people dancing very slow because I don't know the name. Esto es para la mujer de Eliel. Los esclavos tenían una cadena en el pie y por eso no podían moverse y bailaban muy lento.
Slaves, they used to have like a chain
the chain.
The foot, and they couldn't really dance, so that's why they were dancing very slow.
Very slow. For that, the rhythm. You need to know that. It's very. Everything is. No?
You know, I think what you're speaking about, Edwin, and I think what sets apart learning how to play percussion, especially in all the Latin countries and in Africa too, is that in the United States, when we're learning percussion in general, when we're studying, let's say in music school, for example, as I studied classical percussion in music school, and there's great schools all around the United States, but you don't see very traditionally that we have dance associated with learning our instrument, right? So I've often thought that that's a mistake, that we should, part of being a percussion student should also be that you should have a dance curriculum associated with it, and you should be learning how to associate the dance with the rhythm. And I think that's one of the reasons why percussionists from different Latin countries and from Africa have an edge over those of us here, because your cultures are based in dance. It's based around the folkloric dance. And about vocalizing the rhythm, right? Singing and vocalizing the rhythm. Because if you vocalize something, then you can play it. You know, even if you're speaking a sentence, for example, we speak in rhythm. The way we talk is rhythm. And if you were to say a sentence to somebody and then take that sentence and write it down, you know, in music, you would see rhythm, right? Same thing with singing. And I think that's a very important thing that I think that is so great that you've all come from countries that are steeped in that, are steeped in singing and dance, because it just enriches your ability to play the instrument and understand clave and understand how it falls. you know.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Yo creo que hay un triángulo inseparable, ¿no? Que es cantos, danza y percusión en la música tradicional africana.
In the traditional music system, a triangle with involves singing, dance, and percussion, right?
Sí, eso tiene que ir juntos siempre y principalmente cuando enseñan oralmente, porque aquí la mayoría de la gente aprende ya en las aldeas o aprende oral viendo y todo el mundo practican al mismo tiempo. No lo separan, no separan, no, tú vas a estudiar solamente percusión, tú solamente tocas, vas a danzar o tú solamente vas a cantar. Aquí todo el mundo canta, todo el mundo toca, todo el mundo danza, baila.
In Africa, they teach all of that together. They don't separate the things. They, the people who sings have to play and have to dance at the same time. They need to understand how the three things combine and works together.
exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's
Exactly,
really very, very important. And yeah, we can learn a lot from that here in the United States because, you know, it could be integrated a lot better, you know. By the way, another shout out from one of our family members, our artist family members, Willie Calderon is watching, so he says hello.
Vaya, abuelito.
Pero bueno.
Really.
I mean, speaking of another country, Willie is originally from Colombia, and so another country that has its own cultures and things with regards to folkloric music. And he joined us recently too on one of these shows, and had some great things to say. I recommend everybody checking that out. So, Edwin, what's the news these days from your home in Venezuela? Your the people there and the culture are things still very difficult, or
the situation is very difficult, but the government try to control the population and the pandemic. Now I think everybody is okay. I hope for my family and friends, everybody in my country, but it's quiet, the situation. I think it's more difficult in other country, but in Venezuela,
it is difficult.
Okay.
Hopefully it will get better. Yeah.
I hope.
Let's talk a little bit about your Gon Bops instruments, and Eliel had mentioned that he likes with his trio. He uses the Acuna Special Edition. He likes those drums for those, but I think all three of you have a big variety of our instruments, and it just depends on the gig. I'm sure depends on the music, what color you choose, what you like to play. But let's talk a little bit about kind of what some of your favorite things are that you're using. Everybody would love to know some of your choices. And
for me, I like to play the Robert Quintero for the salsa. When I play with the Grupo Mercado Negro, for example, I like to play with the Robert Quintero. The sound is most modern, no? We have the skin. It's also for the bongo, no? I like it.
Very, very nice sound. I love it.
And I use Mariano for the recording. The sound is most like I don't know, Cuba traditional sounds. I like this. It's for me. Lo dejo ahí, maestro. Vaya.
I do the same. I really have the Marianos in the studio. All the recordings are with the Mariano almost. Well, sometimes I need a little different sound sometimes, but in the studio the Marianos are killer. It's like a wonderful sound, vintage, kind of classic. I play with them too. I play especially.
Yes, me too.
I play in some different bands that have this traditional sound, and they fit perfectly. And the quinteros, I also have the quinteros. They have a wonderful sound. They are very versatile. You can use them for everything, man.
They are.
And I might say the bongos are my favorite bongos.
And they
really,
they project beautifully. The fiberglass shells have a great projection. This morning I was speaking to Will Phillips, and he has a set of the Quinteros, and he just recently because he was doing some live gigs here, and he was playing them with those skins, with the Remo skins, and then he just recently put some cowhide on them, and he was pretty shocked. He said, "Wow, where do you hear these with cowhide? I haven't heard them yet." But he says they're incredible with natural skin, with animal skin. He says he was blown away. So that's the thing.
I remember now that the first time I tried the new Marianos, the remade with the chrome hardware, it was Will Phillips drums, and they were having new skin heads, and I was kind of like completely sure that I wanted to have that too. But then when I got the congas with the raw heads, I was like, "What? No! I'm staying with this." also because I already had the acuñas, which they have the skin deep, I think it's called.
That's right.
So I was like, maybe it's just, I go with that sound, with the traditional sound. Yeah,
that's right.
Yo utilizo en mi set para tocar en vivo la edición de Alex Acuña, la especial edición.
He uses the Alex Acuña to play live shows.
Right.
Y uso también el timbal de nuestro conterráneo. No, el Vilató.
Los Vilató, los más pequeños.
Eso por lo menos a mí tiene un sonido súper cálido, súper especial, y en vivo me funciona muy bien. No pesa nada.
Y para el tipo de música
que se hace aquí es mucho más fácil, porque también yo toco en bandas que no tocan estilos específicos, son bastante abiertos, diversos, lo mismo. ¿Verdad?
So he's saying that he uses the Vilato timbales because the type of music he plays mostly here is is not only Latin music. He plays a lot of type of music, African, Latin, ¿y qué más? Latina, africana, tipos de música.
Brasileña.
Brazilian. So he needs a very variada, sonoridad variada. ¿Cómo lo puedo decir?
Mixing salad.
Yeah, exactly.
So it works for all kinds of different styles and.
Exactly.
Y en el estudio de grabación le puse una piel a la grave, a la tumbadora de la edición, de la especial edición.
Ahí ya me mataste con
skin.
Help me please with this
he have in the studio he's using special editions, but he have put some raw heads to some of the punk.
Sure.
Wow. Sí, el timbal uso Luisito Quintero, porque es más fuerte. La gente cuando toco el timbal Luisito Quintero me dice, sí, ese es el que yo quiero.
En el estudio.
Sí.
The studio he uses the Luisito Quintero timbal.
Suena cerrado, suena
the
sabroso.
People likes it here, the sound.
La cáscara.
La cáscara está buena, muy buena, pero tengo que experimentar las Mariano, las Tromen, las que tienen bien, las que tú tienes también.
Marianos.
Edwin,
sí.
esa es la que quiero para grabar ahora mismo.
Mira, pero fue Eliel que me dijo cuando al principio el mío, por aquí. ¿Te acuerdas, Eliel? Me dijo, por aquí viene los tiros.
Eliel, por donde va Eliel yo me voy. Porque yo sé
La
que está
Mariano.
claro.
Cuando
Me llama de la
salieron las
conga.
Robert. Sí, de las congas. ¿Te acuerdas que tú me escribiste
Ah,
cuando?
sí.
Mariano.
After
Yeah,
that, the site, the conga Robert Quintero, I say, oh, I would like the conga Robert. Robert is he come to my neighbor also. He from Venezuela, Caracas.
Okay, yes.
And Robert Luisito is
Familia.
son familia.
Sí, sí. Yeah.
Y son el ejemplo a dar y todo.
And
Imagínense.
I wanted to just address what Yasmane said is the Orestes Vilato timbales that he's speaking about that he likes for different styles of music. And those are our timbales that are made out of aluminum. They're a much shallower shell. So
Yes.
Versatile for different types of things and easy to carry and easy to transport as well. So, I actually just was speaking with Orestes the other day and we were talking about these drums and, so, yeah. So, very good.
Yes, bueno.
Edwin, is there any rumblings from Steve Winwood these days or maybe next year or?
For the next year, we have a big tour. Normally, I think we support Steely Dan.
Ah, okay.
Yes, we have 3 months the tour in USA.
Beautiful.
Yes,
what a great.
I bring the congas. I ask for the conga for the Robert Quintero. Normally, it's arriving in UK, and for the pandemic situation virus. Normally, we have I watched the concert for Berkeley. I can do to go in UK for recording for the Berkeley School the video.
Right.
And for I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, but we have I have some well for the next year we have normally I hope.
Yeah. Well, we will talk way before that to make sure you get the drums that you need here. Is it a United States tour or worldwide or?
United States and also I think we will the tour pass for Canada.
Okay.
Yes, I think we start in Seattle after we continue finish in New York. I don't know.
Tell us a little bit about the kind of setup you like for Steve Winwood's music.
I bring the 3 congas. I like to play with the 3 congas. I think I for the sonority. I bring also the Robert Quintero bongo and the tambourine from Gon Bops and some cowbells and the chimes.
Okay.
And Steve, he liked the conga. He liked the music, Latin music. And for that, when Steve asked me for play for him, he say, "You can play only congas, please." And I say, of course. And yeah, for that I like to play with the very good conga, the sound, and I need to put more high the quinto, no, because the sound is different.
Yeah.
And when I start to play with Steve, normally I put the tuning. This is the tuning the conga like salsa style, no, more big sound.
Yeah.
And when I listen the drum player, he'll play. The sound is for me is not good. I say after I tune in the conga more high, the quinto, more like a quinto, and this changes the tonality and this for me I change the thing how I can play with the Steve because bring me on higher Lord. The sound is like I put the rhythm Latin rhythm is another thing. Is for that I like I use this. I would like to use also the timbales, but the drum player, he play very good the timbales also with the drums, and I prefer to play conga.
Yeah. I understand what you mean about tuning it higher, though, so it fits in with the rest of the frequencies of the band, and also with what the drummer's playing, so it all kind of works together. I have to tell John Robinson, JR, he's a friend of mine. I'll have to tell him somehow to come see you, because he played on those records. So he'll have to come see you play the percussion with Steve. He would love it. I know he would love it. Maybe if you play Los Angeles, we can hook up and you can meet JR.
Yes, please. I think we play in Hollywood Bowl, maybe. Yeah.
That'd be great.
I think we play in Hollywood Bowl.
Sabroso.
Sí. Cuchiba está comprando. Están todos invitados, mi gente. Están todos invitados. Venga. Vámonos, vámonos, Eliel. Tú también, Vanessa. Vámonos todos.
Eliel, are you seeing any travel in other countries in Europe now, playing or coming up?
No, not this year, but next year. I think it will come next year.
I see.
Yeah. I prefer to stay, to stay here, family.
Yes.
I have time. But I'm playing. I have, they have opened for concerts. They opened the last month. And since I have been playing, so I think I will be playing a lot in Denmark. So I'm cool with staying around home.
Yeah. And getting your trio going. And,
yes. I think if everybody's calling me now for the trio. And it's funny. I was talking the other day with a friend of mine about Copenhagen is a small town compared to New York and LA, but in this little town of about 3 million people, you have about like 30 places where you can play a gig. It's insane. There is so many places to play music just in Copenhagen.
That's really exciting.
They have closed some of them, but there is a lot of music going on. I think especially now in this period of the jazz festival, which is starting, I think it's starting on Thursday, Wednesday. I think it's starting tomorrow, actually. Is it the first tomorrow?
It's Thursday is the first.
No.
Thursday is the first. Okay, so it's starting on Thursday. There is so many concerts. It's incredible. Many concerts in a little town. And there is always audience. There is always people coming to see music. Of course, there is also tourists.
Yeah.
But still, in a normal day in Copenhagen, you can also have music in many different places. It's just amazing. Yeah.
Very inspiring. I mean, it's so good. It's so good to hear that when we hear all this other news about different places that are still struggling. It's nice to know there are some places still. I mean, I just heard, and I was actually surprised about Australia because Sydney is in a lockdown for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So they had a problem there. So you just, it's going up, it's going down, it's,
Yeah.
So Yasmane, are you basically it's just right now doing the sessions and the TV show things for you, and is that what's happening? What's coming up for you that you can see maybe towards the end of the year or 2022 or?
En el próximo año, este año.
Estamos esperando a que abran.
So we are waiting they open again.
Yeah.
Cuando abran aquí, esto va a ser terrible porque todo el mundo está con tremendas ansias de tocar.
So when they definitely open, it will be terrible because everybody wants to play and wants to dance, and all the people is going to go out the streets to party,
Yeah.
Entonces, el próximo año creo que va a ser mejor para todos.
Maybe
Vamos
next year
a comenzar a viajar.
In order to travel and do tours will be better.
Seguro.
Maybe. Yeah. We hope so.
Eso queremos todo, claro.
Sí, seguro que sí.
Your family in Cuba, how are things?
¿Cómo está tu familia en Cuba?
Está bien, ¿sabes? En Cuba la situación es dura, es complicada, pero están bien de salud. que es lo más importante.
The family is okay. As you know, in Cuba, the situation is a little bit complicated.
Yeah.
But they're okay, healthy, and surviving.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. You know, the same with you, Eliel?
Yeah, surviving. They are waiting. They are waiting.
Surviving.
Better times.
This is
a lot of waiting.
surviving.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of waiting. We've definitely learned how to wait.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, Gon Bops is very popular in Cuba, and
It is.
we're very lucky, thanks to you guys as well, for inspiring people there to know what the instruments are like and to play them. And we've done some work with people there to get the drums down there, and so we hope to continue that much more in the future. You know, so and in Venezuela. You know, Edwin, we've talked a little bit, and I've talked to Luisito about. I want to see a traditional maraca someday for Gon Bops.
Yes, please. Yes. This is
Oh,
a good
amazing.
idea.
Yeah.
To play joropo. Sí.
It's a beautiful.
In Venezuela, the people like also Gon Bops.
Yeah.
Everybody asks me, Edwin, the Gon Bops, how I came to find the Gon Bops here is it's very difficult for the situation. No,
Sure.
Venezuela is closed. No.
Yeah.
But I think one day it's open. We came to send a lot instruments from Gon Bops.
Well, we have you and Luisito and Roberto and Anderson to thank, Quinteros, and you as well for inspiring people there by what you play. So we're thankful to you guys because they look up to you and of what you're playing and what you've chosen. You know. So.
No. Thank you a Gon Bops for la confianza, no? For is. I like this. This is my brain when I hear and I listen the first time the Gon Bops. It's very wait. I have a story in the conservatory. We have the Gon Bops, conga Gon Bops. I think it's since 30 years, 30 años.
Really?
Yes.
Oh.
The old model, the first model we have in the conservatory. Sometimes I put in
take
in
pictures. I would like to.
Yes.
Yeah.
After I can send you.
Yeah.
The sound is very good. I think we needed to change the skin, no? But it's very light. It's heavy. The sound is a beautiful conga. Is like a wrong, no? I like it.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And for me, I like a Gon Bops. The sound is. I recommend everybody.
Seguro que sí.
It's great to find the vintage Gon Bops, the older drums too. It's wonderful to find those. I have a set of my first set is over 30 years old, and they have. I think that they originally might have been a natural finish, but somebody had painted them green, and I wanted to get them refinished. And one time I took them to Akbar, if you remember Akbar, and asked Akbar, what do you think? Should I refinish this? He goes, no, don't touch them. Leave them as they are. And I still have the original heads on them,
Wow.
So I don't take them out of the studio. I use them for recording, but they're very dry and warm sounding. But they're oak shells, But I think one has a crack, so I have to be very careful. But it's really fun to find the old vintage drums, and like that. But
wow.
But so well, everybody, this has been wonderful having you here. If you have things coming up, let us know. We'll always share all your activity and your content. If we can help you, let us know. And I just wanted to also say to everybody out there, Gon Bops now has a TikTok channel, so check out our TikTok channel, and We're trying to get new content all the time, and hopefully we'll have some content from you guys soon, and we can put on our channel. And if you have anything you'd like to post on TikTok for us, you can always send me the videos. Film it with your phone and film it in portrait mode, not this way, but this way.
Yeah.
And it's all very short content, as you know. So feel free to send me things. I can edit it, but we'd love to feature you on TikTok as well.
Great.
A very fast-moving format, as you well know, but fun.
Okay.
a lot of fun. But more and more music instrument companies are having their channels now, so it's really fun to see it, you know. And anybody have any questions for anybody on our panel today, please feel free to find them on social media and write them letters, or you can send a letter to us, and we'll be happy to pass it on to them. And we'll stay in touch with all three of these guys and what they're going to be doing and coming up. So and just keep it all moving forward.
This Friday, I'll be releasing my trio album. So stay tuned.
Great.
This Friday, we will.
Todo el mundo atento ahí.
Eso es segurísimo.
Where are you releasing it, Eliel? Where is it going to be available?
It's going to be available in all platforms.
Okay, great.
Okay.
iTunes, Spotify, Tidal, Amazon, everywhere.
So if you go on there now, you can probably reserve it, right? Especially on iTunes, you can probably reserve it.
Yeah, you can reserve it from now, and the physical album will be arriving a little bit later, in July. But yeah.
Congratulations, that's great.
Thank you.
Sí.
I'm looking forward.
Por eso, coño, sí. Seguro.
Gracias.
Sí.
Well, good. We'll all definitely look out for that. And
thank you.
Oh, there they are. We thought we lost you. Well, anyway, you guys, thank you so much, and we will stay in touch, of course, and stay connected. I'll be right back with you when I say goodbye, and much love from all of us at Gon Bops, you guys. Take care. Stay well.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Saludos y abrazos para todos.
It was a pleasure.
Salud, señores.
And special thanks to Vanessa. Thank you so much for joining us.
Gracias, Vanessa.
Thank you.
Vaya, Vanesita, la cuñada.
Gracias, amor. Ahí nada más.
Gracias. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Eso.
Everybody, thank you so much for joining us today, and I hope you enjoyed yourselves and had a great time with our panel. And we'll be announcing the next show soon. So, and as always, thank you so much for your support for what we do at Gon Bops. And we send you all our best, and we'll be in touch soon. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.